After almost a year of ineffective efforts to free the Lebanese pilgrims who were kidnapped by foreign-backed militants in Syria, the Lebanese government says that freeing the hostages is in the hands of Turkey and Qatar.
It turned out that resolving the case was not entirely in the hands of the Turkish authorities, but now we know that the final solution to this case will be via Turkey's efforts with the Qataris.
The 11 Lebanese men were abducted last May, shortly after crossing into Syria from Turkey, as they were traveling back by land from holy Shia sites in Iran. Following the incident, 2 Turkish nationals were kidnapped in Lebanon in August. They were later released through efforts by the Lebanese government and army. Now, Beirut accuses Ankara of failing to make the same efforts for the release of the Lebanese hostages in the Syrian town of Azaz.
The Lebanese security agencies have exerted tremendous effort in hanging back the Turkish kidnapped in Beirut, but that was not met with similar efforts to release those in Azaz.
Although Turkish officials facilitated the liberating of 2 of the hostages, Hussein Omar and Awad Ibrahim, Ankara denies any association with the kidnapping. However, analysts believe that Turkey and Qatar would definitely have a say in freeing the hostages, arguing that they have access to Azaz.
Those 2 countries are, in fact, able to reach a solution with the kidnappers in Azaz, because it's the closest country, and the detainees are in a region that Turkey has the direct access to it.
After his so-called most positive recent visit to Turkey, Lebanon's General Security Chief, Major General Abbas Ibrahim, is preparing for a trip to Syria to negotiate with the kidnappers, Azaz Northern Storm Brigade, who had agreed to exchange the Lebanese captives for female detainees they claim to be held in Syrian jails. The brigade also claimed that what the kidnappers once called visitors of their leader Abu Ibrahim are now considered Hezbollah members. But freed hostages and relatives deny being part of the Lebanese resistant movement.
If we were Hezbollah member, why did they release us? We told the kidnapper Abu Ibrahim that we have nothing to do with the resistance. He said, I know you guys are not Hezbollah member. At the end of it, you are Shia. We have demands that will be met in a few days, then you will leave.
Hezbollah Secretary General Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah has demanded the release of the kidnapped people and expressed readiness to do whatever it takes in support of the relatives of the hostages.
We will not sit with our arms crossed and watch the tragic scene of the women and children of the kidnapped move from one street to the other. Free the Lebanese hostages in Azaz from the political dispute. I am ready to go to Damascus to the Syrian leadership to discuss the situation to end this issue.
The Lebanese caretaker Interior Minister Marwan Sharbil has hailed Nasrallah's support for the hostages, saying such a stance would facilitate the release. Whether on the streets protesting or in their offices negotiating, as long as the hostages are not home safely, neither the Lebanese government nor its people will sit with their arms crossed. They vow to do everything possible to unite the hostages with their families. Eliana Al-Khamisi, Press TV, Beirut.